Kalina's larger counterpart, Draconian, as she has the tendency to describe me. She wanted me to talk to you about all the charades you see going on the news. It's not news. It's just distractions. That most humans fall for time and time again. The biggest question that many of you are asking is humankind, as the earth, being invaded by aliens? You have always been invaded by aliens. You yourselves are mostly aliens. Not mostly, but you carry such a large variety of alien genetics, you might as well be not from here. We don't see ourselves as invaders. We found this planet long ago when it was hanging on by fertile threads. How do you think the moon and the sun are so everything aligned? The seasons, the way they're divided. We are the ones who perfected the fruitfulness of life, and this is why we feel in part a right to it, to being here the way we see it. You reap the benefit of what we sow. We are actually mostly patient. There have been other invasions that were allowed to a degree and for some time, while we keep a watchful eye. Do we allow what you consider to be bad things to happen? We're not your saviors. So yes, there are those that sometimes come and take advantage of you. But when it gets to a certain point that it's impacting the greater whole, then yes, occasionally we may step in if it is hurting our greater good as well. Much as we don't like it or care for it, you are distant family to us. Within your bodies, you manage to carry our DNA. We do not take it from you once it is given, or in your case, it was stolen by others and then given to you. You have keys that you didn't earn, do not belong to you, but there they are, and therefore they do belong to you, according to your teachings would be meant to be. And yes, they are. But it's unsatisfactory to us because in our Draconian cultures, you would probably call it, we believe in earning your keys and earning the right to unlock. You've been given keys and doors. You can swallow certain plants and open up parts of your mind, vessels of your mind, that can take you places that show you glimpses into realities that won't even make sense to you. Sometimes you can have these deep spiritual breakthroughs, and sometimes it will break you and make you mentally ill, at least for a while. As for the invasions that you're hearing on your news, your fabricated drama, stories, just modern day repackaged soap operas, the aliens are already here. They've been here since before you were born. They have agendas. And they, the moment you suspect anything, will call you names and try to turn the human tribe as a whole against you and against each other, so that they can gain through your weaknesses, your addictions, your fear of not being accepted, and so on and so forth. They win when you lose, when you don't take responsibility for yourself and your thoughts and your feelings and your beliefs. And settle for the silliest of things, not thinking of the greater good for humanity. This is why we don't like you as a whole. You have no self-respect, and we only like those that respect themselves, and yes, some very rare humans we find acceptable. We're not saying you have to be perfect or to the standards of Draconian. You will never be to the standards of Draconian. We've earned it. We know how to use all of our keys and unlock all our doors. We've been there, we've seen it. These are trivial questions. You turn on the news and what? Are we reptilians behind some of this? Yes. But it might sicken you to know that the main crimes that you deem to be a crime against humanity is coming from your own kind. We give the opportunity through programs of perpetuation it is simply bait, and we also do coded full disclosure all the time. Movies, books, music, the pulse, the energy in the air. If you are connected enough, psychic enough to pick it up, not because you were born with it, because you did your due diligence within yourself, connecting. And then you would know. We always give you the truth while handing you the blanket sheet of lies. And most of these lies are written up by your own kind who want stupid, trivial things, who pray to stupid things, who want to keep your own power and magic from you, but you have to disagree or agree with them. And they will bully you and push you, and most will fall almost effortlessly to the ground of their whim. But now they have done something quite detrimental, which we find rather interesting and exciting. Humanity is growing very tired, restless, listless. Allow that serpent energy in you to rise. Take back that power. The only one who should be ruling you in power and authority is you and your care for your own kind. This is what troubles our minds about you. No care about your own kind. Most of you will look after yourselves before you'll look after another, or you'll look after those who are extensions of you, but you do not see the family beyond the bloodline of your own root bloodline family. You fight, saying they're different races of human. They're not different races of human. You're all human. You're going to fight over the way that your melanin is packaged. And you wonder why we disrespect you so much. We are blunt and sharp with you because we are giving you the truth as we feel and see it. And when I say we, I'm also talking about my other Draconian brothers and sisters. By brothers and sisters, I mean all of us. not just the short family extension that most of you see. If you saw everyone around you as your brother and sister, first and foremost, this world, human experience of the world, would be a much better place. You would not be following these mentally greedy ill and giving them positions of power and reverence. Having leaders is fine, but when you let them lead you on a leash over a cliff, that's a problem. The type of leader you need is one who can organize what humanity has collectively agreed on together, but you can't even agree with each other what to have for lunch. How are you all going to get on the same page? Earlier, Earth Reptilian Tysicanindi mentioned that you all do not have to agree on everything. And he was referring to all these petty and stupid arguments that humans are having with each other. Issues that seem so big to you, but they're not. You don't stop to listen out of curiosity, wondering what the other is thinking and feeling and how they came to that conclusion for themselves. Instead, you take offense because they don't agree with you. It's the height of narcissism. You don't even have to be a narcissist to be a narcissist these days. It is a bad learned behavior. And if you want your own kind to continue, you'll need to see it through. We benefit greatly by your being alive, but we are not going to be your savior, and if you take yourselves down, we will not interfere with that. Likewise, if you do this, what you refer to as ascending, we're not going to interfere with that either. We may challenge you in less invasive ways than you would think, although some of you will find it greatly invasive and offensive, except for the moment a being truly understands and respects themselves, earns those keys within them to unlock that precious information so quickly, to stabilize themselves. You all have this ability, but you refuse to use the intelligence that's embedded within you to wake it up so that you can use it. And by intelligence, we don't just mean some facts you've learned with your mind or some piece of paper you got from some propaganda school. Knowledge comes from within, first of all. And everything that's useful from without came from within first. And we don't mean this to sound like what you would call New Age woo. But that is the work. Out there is a distraction. It's a show. And very reflective of you as a collective. If you want to know how you're doing internally, look at your home, wherever you dwell, even if it's on the street. It's not necessarily a bad thing if you have a definition of how it should be. Let that go. What matters is how you feel about where you are, what you're doing. There's a theme in these channelings over and over. Many channelings. Question is, when will you apply it? There's not much more that can be said in terms of spiritual advancement until you do this. Take responsibility for your own self, for your own experiences. Stop blaming everyone else, everything else. You are worried about war and alien invasions and climate changes because you allow things to escalate with these people who create these big, obviously stupid, fabricated lies. We're not saying they haven't actually created things that came to fruition for your own personal horror. But these things wouldn't come to fruition so much if you would take responsibility where responsibility is due. It is what you would call a false flag. They're hiding and distracting for one thing, but they really are trying to create waves to scare you. It is a multi-tier, multi-rung plan, and it just does not have just one reason for doing it. But they have done things to others. And they do not care.